Hello viewers, this is Evelyn of Livabuhay, your information TV. Today I will be sharing to you all about the peace lily and how to propagate it. Peace lily actually is one of those plants that is not craving a lot of your care. You just water them and then they're just okay as long as you are using very good potting soil, and you can buy potting soil anywhere if you're in an area where you can collect potting soil in the forest or wherever, or an ordinary soil, and you mixed it with some manure or organic fertilizers. Peace lily, I had been propagating them because I want to have them everywhere. And it's because peace lily is not craving they don't need a lot of sunlight. They can even survive in an area where they don't get sunlight, but you have, the fluorescent light, the artificial lights, and they will survive. And then in watering them, in every plant, there is always one rule, and it's like you water them when they are almost dry, so not totally dry, because they will also, like, you feel it. If you feel like 2-3 centimeters from the surface of your from the surface of this pot, and then it's still moist, you don't have to water it. You wait for a while. When you see that, like 3 to 4 centimeters from it, it's kind of dry, then you water it. So that is actually the rule, because the thing with peace lily is, like, they are very good plant that really survives and strives by themselves, is because my boys who are on the next floor of this house, they actually have their own bathroom, and I put peace lily in there, and then there were times that I forget to water them, and like they will really, like, looks like they're withered. But then if you water them, they get alive. So these plants are really, it's the kind of plants for people who forgets to water plants, for people who doesn't want to be, taking care of their plants all the time. And it's the kind of plants where you can propagate it very easy. And that is the main topic for me today. I will propagate 2. I have already done 2 also, and I will take 2 more and plant it here. So what you do, actually, I hope I can really show it. It's something here. I will do like that. So it's something here, this one. If you try to examine the plant, you will actually see that it's a kind of plant that you propagate through division. And when I say division, it's because you will see that some of the other plants is just, easy to separate. So this kind of plants is one of them. And if you are inside your house, I don't want to be doing it outside now because it's sunny outside, but it's still cold. If you see it, that it's like already like a plant here, what you do is just try to, do not pull it, but try to feel it more there and see where the roots are, and try to remove the plant. So I'm really trying carefully to remove the plant because I want some roots together with it. So as what I said, if you are indoor, you don't want to be pulling out all the plants. It's easier if you are outside. It's because you just pull the whole of this plant, you just pull it out, and it is easier for you to divide. But if you are dividing plants indoor, you have to do the other thing, and that is to just feel it and drag it carefully. And there you have it, a very healthy peace lily plant. This is already one plant. I have 2 pots here, so I will actually take 2, and I think to make it a balance, I'll take 1 from the other side, and I think I see it now. So I have 1 here, and it's very easy to see which one is kind of being separated. Like here, if you will do like that, you will really see here that this is already a plant that you can separate. And as what I said, you just look at it down and like try to separate it, and at the same time you can take some roots. So as you see, one thing why peace lily are very easy to propagate is because each plant that you take out from the mother plant, it's already a lot of roots there, and that is one sign that this plant will just be growing bigger and bigger. And when they reproduce, peace lily are really very good plants, because when they reproduce, they will just grow on the side a lot of plants that you can take out and plant again. So here it is, and all you do is, you know, everybody can just do it. It's not kind of rocket science, this one. So you just make a little hole there. I think I have to put like that. So all you do is just make a little hole there, and then put your plant. And according to NASA, peace lily actually are one of those very good, one of the best purifying, air purifying plant. So this is the kind of plant where it's easy to propagate. You will only just buy 1 plant, and I had said it before on a lot of my videos that propagating plant is really like, it's just so very easy. You just follow instructions, watch contents about it, and then it's just easy. And I will tell you, this one will grow very well, and maybe after 2 to 3 weeks or even a month, this will reproduce new plants. When you buy a peace lily, normally if you have this kind of small pot and you buy a peace lily that is already a lot there, I will advise that for you to reproduce more of them, you just take them out, divide them, and plant them individually like this. And in that way, you can have already a lot of peace lily plant in your home by just buying 1 plant. And again, I will repeat, this is the kind of plant that doesn't need a lot of care. But of course, if I say they don't need a lot of sunlight, it doesn't mean they don't need sunlight at all. But even if you have a place in your home and you can never have a sunlight there, it's okay, because they will survive even with artificial lights. And they reproduce very fast. They really grow fast, they reproduce very fast, and they're the kind, some other plants, if you forget to water them, and they are very sensitive, that if you forget to water them, it's hard for them to retain anymore their glow or, you know, their beauty. They will just like, you know, wither totally. But this one is different, because as what I told you, in my boys' bathroom, normally they are the ones cleaning there, and they have plant there, they have a peace lily there, and I think one day they saw it that it's kind of withered, and my son was like, oh, is it dead? And I said, no, just water it. And he watered, and it's alive again. And another thing also is that they can survive even if they get dried for like a day or 2, but they don't like, they will look at like they're withered, but they don't like it either if you water them too much, that they are just so wet. They will also look like they withered. That is why it's better that they get dry rather than they are always, you know, very wet. So from this very big plant, I got 2 new plants. And I will tell you, if you buy a small peace lily, because it's cheaper to buy a small peace lily, if you buy like this, and it's kind of, you know, like much plenty, you can also just transfer it immediately in a big pot, planting flower pot. And the reason why with all planting rules, you know, it's just that if you have a small plant and it's already growing and you see that it's a lot there, you transfer it in a big pot and it will make the plant grow bigger, healthier, and it will make the plant like a peace lily to reproduce more. And the more they can reproduce, the more you can propagate peace lily plant like this. The reason why I usually propagate from one plant and propagate a lot from it, and it's because maybe in my country, Philippines, you can just ask your friend or your neighbor like, oh, that is very nice, and they can share one plant to you and just take out and that's what we do in my country. But here in Sweden, it's expensive. Plants are expensive. That is why I try to reproduce more plants from one plant that I buy, and it's because I can save a lot of money from it. And then I have some friends, so they also love plants, so I usually share my plants too. And that is why, as much as you can only buy one plant, and you can always reproduce this one plant. And peace lily I can really recommend. So if you're the kind of person like you want to have plants inside your house, but then you're not this kind of person that you can really take care of them all the time, I will really recommend the peace lily. It's because they are very good plants and they are not that very sensitive plants. Again, this is Evelyn of Libabuhay, your Information TV. I hope I was able to share to you this very good information that you can use it someday. Thank you for watching and see you again next time.